Hello, water signs, and welcome to Flameborn Rebel Tarot. This is what I'm calling now the hot tea, where I'm tuning into your energy and then pulling. Normally, I'll just pull one card from the tea. So it's kind of funny. I was actually thinking to myself, before I went to go tune in, I just wasn't feeling anything. I was like, man, for some reason this is going to be hard to connect to the water signs. And I was definitely wrong, because I went to go stick my feet in the water. So let me go and, connect somehow as well as I can, right? And see if I hear anything. And it was like, as soon as I did that, I just started hearing stuff. The words were coming, and so I was like, oh, okay. I got surprised, which is actually one of the words that I channeled was surprise, but I'll kind of explain it to y'all right now. But it's definitely a clear energy, and it turned out to be a very clear message, which I was really kind of worried that it wasn't going to be. So the first thing, it was all of a sudden my senses became stronger. So my sense of smell, I started smelling things really strongly. So I wrote sense and smells. So I'm thinking maybe that's something that you guys are really tuning into right now. Your sense of smell for some reason is really heightened. And I know in the fall, that's kind of, there's things about this time of the year that make us think when we smell those scents. So I just feel like you guys are connecting right now with that smell. So then the next thing I heard was nostalgia and memories, because we know that scents and smells can make us feel the memories and all certain times and periods in our life just come back, especially if you're someone who can feel really deeply, right? And it's those things just bring in emotion. So I feel like you guys are really feeling nostalgic right now and thinking about your past and thinking about memories. Maybe things are coming up from your past. And so the next thing that I got was clear air. And it was another thing that I was kind of smelling, that clean air. But then I was like, oh, they're needing to clear the air with someone or about something. You're wanting to clear the air. I don't know what about, but there's something inside you right now that you're connecting to and kind of putting you into that, emotional state of feeling that you need to do that. The next thing I heard was insensitive. So maybe someone has been insensitive to you in the past. Certain things are bringing these memories back up, bringing these emotions back up. You're smelling things, maybe, the scent of a perfume. I was getting spicy, so that could definitely be a cologne. It could be, pumpkin spice, which of course in the fall is very very abundant everywhere, right? Maybe you have a memory of having a pumpkin spice coffee at Starbucks with somebody, or, those things are just really coming back because of the sensory part that you're going through right now. Um, Also, yeah, leaves, in the fall. Something about this time of year um, is making you feel very nostalgic. So, like, the things that you're smelling, the things that you're seeing, the leaves, falling. Um, Something about this, maybe something very important to you happened, maybe something very emotional happened during the fall, during this time. And so that's just bringing things back up. I also heard stargazing. So I feel like that's something maybe that you're doing a little more now. And the night sky, it can definitely be like very clear. Like tonight when I was out looking at the stars, and I was like, wow, I can see all of Orion, and I know like the sky is so clear right now. And I'm just looking, and a lot of times it definitely makes me feel nostalgic when I'm looking at the stars, and it brings certain emotions that can get pretty deep, right? Especially if you're a star seed, you connect so much with the stars, and you could be receiving memories right now at this time of past lives, and from your time when you weren't on this planet, right? So also your intuition, and like, is really, they said intuition on fleek is what they said. So I'm thinking your intuition is high. Like, really listen to that and tune in when you're doing these things, when you're getting these memories and smelling these amazing scents, and things are coming up, and you're trying to clear the air, right? And the next thing I got was surprised, which is kind of funny because I was really surprised at the fact of all the things that started coming in, when I was thinking right beforehand that I wasn't going to be able to get anything. And so I was just going to come and pull cards and see, what came out, because I felt like I wasn't going to be able to really tune in for you guys. I was surprised that I could, and everything just kind of started flowing, right? So then it got really quiet. It was really quiet out tonight, and immediately this song popped into my head. A song I haven't heard in forever or even thought about, but I was like, it was a lyric from a Bjork song, and I was just like, yeah, it's like, it's oh so quiet. And that was the only part that I could remember from the song. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what song is that from? What song is that from? So I start looking it up, and I just started cracking up, because literally the name of the song is It's Oh So Quiet. And when I started re-listening to it, I go like, okay, why am I channeling this song, right? And it just kind of goes with everything here that I was thinking too, is that, you guys are feeling like these major ups and like these major downs, right? But there's like no like in between right now. Like it's like everything is like maybe a little bit erratic too sometimes. So you're just feeling like you go from being like real high and happy to all of a sudden being like down in the dumps, and not really knowing why. Could have something to do with whatever's coming up, these memories, this nostalgic thing that's going on, and being a little surprised by it, or by the situation. Maybe you're going to be actually surprised by someone, or by an event that happens that you just have no clue. It's not even in your line of sight right now. This thing that could happen, or this person that could surprise you, but something soon is going to surprise you pretty big time. I want y'all to go listen. If you can look up Bjork, it's Oh So Quiet. And as I listened to it, I was just like, oh my God, this is exactly what I'm feeling for water signs right now. And it goes from this hush hush to like really quiet, and then it's like this big band sound. And so she kind of goes back and forth from being very, very quiet and, hush, hush, nothing's happening. Then all of a sudden it's like, wow. And even in the song, she's like screaming. So it's like this really, extreme, from one extreme to the next is what I'm trying to say. But y'all should go listen to it if you can. And if you connect to that, then I guess I'll know that I'm tuning into the right energy for you guys. But yeah, it was like there's no middle ground right now for you. So maybe you're just feeling a little like you want to scream sometimes, and then other times everything is just like really nice and calm and soothing until I'm telling you, go listen to the song. It just, as soon as I heard it again, I was just like, oh my God, this is so perfect. But okay, I didn't want to make this too long for you guys. So let's get your T card and see if we can get some kind of confirmation for you. Or maybe something that I didn't get. It's the hot tea, And I have this deck here too, because for some reason I just kept hearing that I needed to get a love card. I don't know. Like normally I'm just going to do one card from What's the Tea. So if I feel like that's all we need, then that's where we'll stop. But if not, I just put that deck out there too, just in case I feel like we need to pull one. So let's just go with it. Water signs. You know how we do. We go with the flow. I say go with the flow because that, it's how water signs do, right? But I don't know. I feel like right now it's kind of not happening for you. Maybe the way it normally does, where things do. All right, we're taking that one. Just go with the flow. Oh. Seriously? Spirit has a sense of humor. So this may be why I was feeling that I needed to pull a card from my love oracle too, and I was just waiting to see if it was really, if I was hearing that right. Love on the brain. Dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic. Freaking really. I just had a feeling, and this is what this is about. These memories that are coming up, I can just see you like smelling a certain smell, smelling a cologne, or whatever it is, a perfume, and it's just taking you back, like whatever these things are, these sensory things, and it's just pulling you back into this. Really? Okay, y'all. So now I see what's going on. I guess I was right about that. So you know what? We're gonna break the rules because that's okay. I can make the rules, right? Um, and pull a love card. I didn't want to turn it into a love reading, because that's not what this is. But if Spirit says that that's what it's supposed to be about, then I'm not going to argue about it. And we'll get one of these for you as well. Ooh, how did I get a T card in there? That was probably my fault. Hopefully there's... Sorry about that. I'm finding some what's the T cards in there. Probably from when I was cleaning one night and just accidentally threw them back in together. But we already got our T card, so we don't need that. Let's see what happens here, water signs. All right, Spirit. You told me to do this. Haha. And I get 2, which is fine. I'll take it. This is definitely something that's coming up from the past, for sure. And when we were talking, the tea, you know the tea we got. Secrets. I haven't told you everything. Remember what I channeled that said you wanted to clear the air? Still trips me out every time, you guys. I guess if it stops doing that, then I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing, right? Yeah, secrets. And look, they're having coffee, talking together over coffee. Could that have been pumpkin spice, some sort of spice? Coffee, spice tea, maybe? I don't know what you guys drink, but it's something that you remember smelling when you were having an important conversation with whoever this is. And there was something that you were always afraid to tell them or afraid to talk about. And it didn't even have to be like, oh, something bad, like I did, something bad to you or whatever. It was just maybe something that you never told them about you, or, that you were afraid to tell them. You were afraid that it might push them away. So I think that what happened is, by doing that, you thought that it was going to be a good thing to not reveal whatever this was, or to open up in that way at the time, because you thought that it might ruin things or might push somebody away. But maybe that backfired. And this is where all of this is coming from now. Chemistry. I'm actually feeling some twin flame energy right now, you guys. Definitely. Because you know what happens, and then you have this happen first. I have never felt a passion this intense. And every time I get this card, I feel twin flame big time. And it even looks like there's a flame here, doesn't it? As I'm looking at it in the camera, it does, at least. And you haven't. I mean, I can guarantee you met up with your twin flame on the 3D. You've never felt a chemistry like that before. You might have tried to forget it after this, separation phase happened. But right now, like, this is the time for divine union, right? Like, counterparts are feeling each other, they're missing each other, they're remembering, they're nostalgic, and everything that you see and you smell and is reminding you of that time when you guys were together, in the physical. Water signs. Oh, it's so crazy how this happens. But I'm glad it confirmed what I was feeling, and the fact that I even channeled surprise. I don't know if that was actually more for me or not, but I think halfway it was, because it ended up being like one of the most clear messages that I've ever received, actually, or done. So I don't know. I cannot wait to see how this connects with you guys and resonates with you guys. I'd love to hear your stories if this is you out there, for sure. I think you're going to be surprised by something soon too, though. Not only was it me to be surprised, but I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Let's say that. No more of these crazy, chaotic, erratic ups and downs that you're having. Like, I think you're going to be really happy with what happens. So, thank you so much for joining Hot Tea Time, Water Signs, and we'll talk to you soon.